Real seek help and the stigma. On the news this evening, NLC vows to protect Rivers workers amid stoppage of allocation. Panel clears Nigerian military of forced abortion allegations. Political parties sign peace accord ahead of Ondo governorship election. On the foreign scene, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump says no price too high for deportations. I am Kalada Kurubatibo. We will go for a quick commercial. When we do return, the news in detail. The news in detail. The national president of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Joe Ajaero, says they cannot sit and watch Rivers State workers suffer. Mr. Ajaero made this known at the NLC NEC meeting and unveiling of 10 compressed natural gas buses in Rivers State. He appealed to the Nigeria Bar Association and the National Judicial Council not to keep quiet following the ruling stopping allocations to the Rivers State government. He said the Nigeria Labour Congress will fight anything that will delay the salaries of Rivers State workers.
While we are not going to go into jurisprudence or the position of the judiciary, the NLC is also advising the judiciary not to go into a journey of self-destruct. Part of the suffering we are passing today was part of the injunction given by the NIC that we should not protest. That injunction has kept the country suffering. Rivers State is among the states that where workers collect their salaries as at when due. Anything that will make their salary delayed for a day, we will all jointly fight it.
Mr. Ajaero commended Governor Siminalayi Fubara for the payment of the 85,000 naira minimum wage, but urged the governor to look into other demands of the workers.
But there are two key areas we want you to understand, and these are areas you inherited. There's this issue of hazard allowance to health workers. Please look into it, sir. There is this issue of teachers from demonstration schools who have not been paid for almost 9 years or more. They have not earned their salary. These are issues that you inherited, sir. Because we have been told that the governments have milk of human kindness, and it would be wrong for workers to be suffering.
On his part, the Secretary to the State Government, Tami Danagogo, who represented Governor Fubara, said the dispensation of antagonizing workers in the state is over.
Here in Rivers State, our governor from day one has always seen the need for workers to have proper vehicles to enable their mobility. He provided free buses for workers, which has been running for over a year now in Rivers State. He is a governor that understands that the worker needs the necessary amenities. to perform optimally.
Our correspondent reports that the 60 CNG buses were donated to the 6 geopolitical zones, with each zone benefiting 10 buses per zone. The chairman of Obiakpo Local Government Area, Chijoke Hu, has urged the Judicial Panel of Inquiry to ensure that those responsible for the October the 7th arson attacks on several local government council secretariats be brought to justice to serve as deterrent to others. Mr. Enwo, while giving his testimony before the panel today, said journalists, guests, and council staff who were at the Obiakpo Council Secretariat sustained various degrees of injuries and also lost their valuables during the attack. He alleged that the hoodlums that invaded the council secretariat were led by a notorious gang leader popularly known as Woski.
How hoodlums make advancement in burning down the council secretariat, but was said by our people and the security agencies attached to the council. I've also mentioned the names of those who were involved, the likes of Charles Timothy, aka Woski, and others. I've told the panel to immediately do a thorough investigation, and these people should face the full weight of the law. People cannot come and burn down government facility because we want power by all means. I've also told the panel that the vice chairman of the local government also had an injury, that those behind this attack, not only the local government, other local government like Ikwere, Eleme, and then should be arrested and face the full weight of the law, because people cannot just sit down and want to turn Rivers State into a violent state.
Ms. Ahunwa also urged the panel to move beyond rhetoric and ensure that no individual is shielded from accountability in the investigation.
Well, I've also told the panel, I've advised them that they should ensure that whatever they are doing, it should be straightforward, and ensure that not only sitting down, writing, and there should be a follow-up after sitting. They should go into a closed-door section and make the recommendations both to the security agencies and to the governor, who should be arrested, and not sitting down after writing, abandon the paper. That is not what we want. We want those affected, those involved, should be arrested and prosecuted.
The Obiakpo Council boss also disclosed that many offices were looted, with television sets and air conditioners carted away before he assumed office. Our correspondent reports that the vice chairman of Obiakpo, Sophia Nkuru, and the legal advisor of the council, Obidima, also testified before the Justice I. Aromina Kiri-led panel. Moving on, scores of women from Alakaya community in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State today protested against the management of the University of Port Harcourt over alleged marginalization. The aggrieved women carried placards with different inscriptions and blocked the major entrance of the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital UPTH to prevent access to both hospital and university staff. The leader of the protesting women, Rose Auru-Uche, told newsmen that the management of the institution have refused to give employment opportunities and admission slots to the host community. Mrs. Auru-Uche also alleged that the few people employed by the institution have been kept as casual staff without promotion for over 10 years. The Vice Chancellor of the University in Port Harcourt, Unari Jodrell, addressed the protesting women. The black box flight data recorder or cockpit voice recorder of the helicopter that crashed near Bonny in Rivers State have been recovered. The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau said this today. It comes 2 weeks after the aircraft carrying 6 passengers and 2 crew members plunged into the Atlantic Ocean near Bonny Finima, off the coast of Calabar. NSIB Director of Public Affairs and Family Assistance Bimbo Oladeji said the black box was retrieved early today in collaboration with search and recovery partners NNPC, NEMASA, the Nigerian Navy, and Hydrodive. Elsewhere, A group, the Nigerian Coalition of Civil Society Organizations, has called for immediate investigations into alleged sabotage against the plan to turn around the petroleum refineries in the country. And a protest rally at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja today, the group also called for the immediate removal from the office of the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, saying his management of the oil industry has done more harm to the local refineries than good. They said policies formulated by the NNPCL to reposition the oil sector are merely profit-driven and obstruct local initiatives designed to support energy self-sufficiency and job creation. In another development, the independent panel established by the National Human Rights Commission has concluded its investigation into allegations that the Nigerian military conducted forced abortions on women impregnated by Boko Haram terrorists. The panel cleared the military of any wrongdoing. The panel, chaired by former Supreme Court Justice Abdul Aboki, was set up on the 8th of February 2023 to address a report by Reuters that claimed the military conducted about 10,000 forced abortions between 2013 and 2021 as part of a covert efforts to prevent children fathered by terrorists. The panel conducted sessions in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa states. The Nigerian military denied the allegations. In another development, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Gbetuku, has condemned alleged extortions by some officers of the force in some areas within the country. In a statement signed by the force's Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the IGP ordered severe punishment for corrupt officers. He referenced the case involving officers of the Zone 16 Zonal Headquarters, Yenigua, identified as ASP Manuel Ubong, Inspector Inse Okon, Inspector Adewere Collins, and Inspector Kuromare Marine, who were accused of extorting 10 million naira from a group of young Nigerians. We will go for a quick commercial, but still to come, political parties sign peace accord ahead of Ondo governorship election. Please do stay tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. The last firm representing an e-hailing driver, Stephen Abuwatsia, who was allegedly assaulted by federal lawmaker Alex Ikwechia, has withdrawn their representation. Popular activist Deji Adeyanji shared this update on X today, saying the decision was necessary to protect the firm's integrity. In October, a viral video showed Mr. Ikwechia, who represents about north and south of Abia State, repeatedly slapping and insulting the driver. However, in a video yesterday, the driver, Mr. Abuwatsia, apologized to the lawmaker, expressing regret for provoking the lawmaker and asking Nigerians for forgiveness. Away from that, ahead of the November 16 governorship election in Ondo State, political parties and candidates contesting in the election today signed the Peace Accord. The Peace Accord, which is at the instance of the National Peace Committee, was signed at the International Culture and Event Center in Akure. The chairman, National Peace Committee, retired General Abdulsalami Abubakar, appealed to all stakeholders to ensure the election is conducted peacefully. In other news, Capital City Development Limited will have the third edition of its annual Mega Sports Hangout tomorrow, Saturday, 9th November 2024. The hangout, which will be held at NTA Ingboba, will feature football competition, races, health tips, tug of war, dancing competition, chess, and lots more. Personalities like K.O. Baba, Chris B, Pastor Talking Drum, Professor Mani, Bright, Unexhausted will also be there live to grace the occasion. This year's event is sponsored by Africor, Capital City Estates, ESP Realtors Limited, Property Trade Mills, and Cityco Limited. Official partners include Taj Bank, Buen Amigo, NTA, NEFT, among others.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Let's take a look at the international scene. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump says no price is too high to deport people living in the U.S. illegally. Recall that throughout the presidential campaign, the president-elect pledged to crack down on immigration. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's Republican Party is only 7 seats short of a majority in the House of Representatives. If the Republicans are successful, it will add to their victories in the Senate and the White House, handing Mr. Trump almost complete control over the levers of government. A recap. On the news this evening, you heard the NLC has vowed to protect Rivers workers amid the stoppage of allocation. A panel has cleared the Nigerian military of forced abortion allegations. Political parties have signed a peace accord ahead of the Ondo governorship election. On the foreign scene, the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump says there is no price too high for deportations. The news was detailed by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Kala Dakuru Batabo. Good evening.